What's up, foodies? Welcome to the family if this is your first time, and welcome back if not. So, I am going to be bringing y'all a delicious and decadent meal. This can be used for meal prep. It is super delicious, and it's super easy to make, under 30 minutes, y'all. So, if you're looking for a good meal to cook for yourself or your families, this is a great one, y'all. So, today we're going to be making some creamy garlic scallops over some brown rice. And I did pair it with some broccolini, but I did not include that in the video. So let's get to it. So y'all, I started off by seasoning these scallops. And before I started seasoning, I just want to let y'all know a quick tip that helped me. I've been making scallops for years and I was doing it wrong for a long time. What I was doing wrong was after I rinsed them off, I was not patting them down dry enough. Scallops will not create the desired crust that you want if they are not dry enough. So just make sure that you're patting them down gently because scallops are very delicate. The last thing that you want to do is break your scallop before you even start cooking them. So after I patted them down, that's when you saw me starting to season everything up. So once I seasoned everything, I of course flipped the scallops over. You want to make sure that everything is evenly seasoned. You don't want one side tasting like one thing and the other side just not having any flavor at all. So just make sure to season both sides up and make sure it's evenly coated. After you have everything evenly coated, I then added my olive oil as well as a little butter to a pan, and I just wanted to make sure it coated the pan. Not a lot, but just as you can see, just make sure it's coated. Once the pan was nice and hot and got a little bit of steam coming from it, I then added the scallops, and y'all, look at that crust right there. That's the crust that I am talking about. Follow my direction and you literally will have the perfect scallops. By the way, I cooked the scallops about 3 minutes on each side. How I got that crust was, of course, I patted it dry, I added my seasonings, but then on top of that, y'all, important part too, make sure your pot is hot. Make sure the pan that you are using is hot before you put them in, because then it's going to get that perfect crust to it. So this is where I'm starting with my garlic cream sauce, y'all. It was so good. So I didn't list this step, but I did mince my garlic up, put a little olive oil in the pan with some butter, and then I let my garlic cook for about 30 seconds. That's when I then added the heavy whipping cream, and I let that cook for about 3 minutes. I just wanted to get nice and thick. I added my seasonings, and this is where you see me starting to add in the parsley. And parsley was just such an important element to this dish because it brightened it up. I absolutely love when I see a dish and it just has that bright color to it and that amazing texture. And that's exactly what parsley did to this dish. It didn't only brighten it up, y'all. It added such a herbal flavor once I tasted it. Like, I had to run the parsley back and even put some more because it was so good. I don't know about y'all, but I do love a good herbal taste in my pastas or any type of cream sauce that I'm making. It is absolutely delicious. So as you can see, I stirred everything through. I make sure that everything was cooked and it wasn't separating. I have my heat on low heat, y'all. What you don't want to have it on is high because then the oil will start to separate and it'll just become a big mess. So once everything is cooked to perfection, I then added my scallops. I plated everything and I added that cream sauce with just a little bit more parsley topped, and it was delicious, y'all. I cannot wait to hear your feedback on this one.